Hey guys, Rinji here, and there has been Twitter troubles once again. Of what kind? Well, of the artist harassment kind. If you're on Twitter, as much as I am, enjoying people's artwork, usually of the not safe work kind, because that's pretty much what Twitter is good for nowadays. And even then, you could say it's gotten worse because there has been a lot of artists just getting deplatformed left and right for innocuous drawings of fictional characters, which Twitter, currently X, just kind of finds to be low quality and sometimes deplorable, at least according to them. But then, Twitter is also automated by bots, so the more people you get to report a specific account, they're probably bound to get suspended automatically due to the amount of reports that are coming in. And today's story deals with that kind of situation happening, as a Twitter user by the name of Mini Kuri rather, has discovered a Discord server that has a channel dedicated to harassing and deplatforming what they consider to be problematic artists making problematic content. So let's take a look at what all of this was. Got notified on Discord there's a group of people mass reporting artists for making problematic content. Please read the Google Doc documenting the incidents and help report the culprits. And then the link to the Google Doc, which we're gonna be reading, of course. There it is. About Max's server and Karma and Torbjorn Lindholm. I really hate to be doing this, but some of you in the gay not safe for work art community may have noticed a lot of popular not safe for work artists have recently been hit by both Twitter and Patreon and were subsequently suspended. A lot of people and artists simply assume that this was due to Twitter and Patreon becoming more strict, and while that can still be the case, it has come out that a big chunk of the reason a lot of the artists were targeted by Twitter and Patreon were because of targeted mass reports and a hate mob that was forming in artist Max Jostaff's aka Reveal Your Sins server. Two prominent people in the server being Karma the Sage and Torbjorn Lindholm, linking all of their Twitter socials on his Discord server, which he linked on his public Twitter. The user Max and his supporters basically go on obsessive lengths about what artists should be avoided or straight up mass reported, basically cutting off from their livelihood that these artists make money from. Because mind you, Patreon is a crowdfunding website on which people can subscribe to you and give you monetary benefits for the work that you do. And the strict regulations that this person is talking about on Patreon is Patreon basically clamping down on not safe work content that they deem problematic as well. And they have been doing this for years, and from time to time they also go out of their way to make sure to look at what these artists do outside of the platform, so you can get your account removed as well by them linking to the stuff that you draw outside of the platform. So they do not only care about what you put on Patreon itself, but also what you do outside of it. That's why Patreon is not a safe way to make money for not safe work artists. Seek alternatives as quickly as you can. Let's continue reading. On a cancelled channel dedicated to ruining other artists' livelihoods. And there is underlined the cancel channel, if it could not be named any more obvious. Start by collecting IDs of all the users, then screen caps with the message link attached to them. You have to send the report to Discord, all precompiled and neat and easy to follow, else they're not gonna do much. On Twitter, well, it's both easy and not easy. Just needs like 100 to 200 people mass reporting multiple posts or the account. And here are the users that were mentioned, the artists in question that are complicit in these deeds. Here's Karma talking about it. Most everything they draw is weird Cupid Twinkie style. I see the commission post where the example is big and butter. So maybe they're capable of it, but the default is to the weird stocky demure stuff. I don't know. Generally, I don't like their style at all. They do this weird thing with their ears. Everybody looks like a stereotypical cartoon monkey, which is a little weird given they draw a lot of POC. LOL. I think they could have bulked up your com. But I think you need you're not asking them to is also part of it. The style seems familiar. Kind of looks like Redacted. I don't remember the exact username, but I think it was the Encanto incest guy. Yeah, that's Redacted. This is the same wheelhouse. Updated. And then here they link this infamous list on which they pretty much compile a list of artists that have drawn problematic content according to them, linking the Twitter handles, also other names they've been using, the reason why they've been put on what is essentially a blacklist. And some of the reasons here you can tell are like reviewed, stay cautious, art thief, definitely drawn blacklist topics, and we're gonna learn what those blacklist topics are just on the right side of it. And generally avoid, reviewed, stay cautious, definitely blacklist topics and stuff like that. And the review results here are as follows. Follows a small amount of blacklist topics. Yes, even following problematic stuff can get you on a freaking list. Traces art. Of course, well, that is normal, you know. Someone to avoid for stealing art. But they're put in the same category as people just drawing problematic content. It's insane that these two are equivalent to them. Draws blacklist topics, incest. Draws blacklist topics, underage characters. And still draws tweets, underage, incest, underage. Mind you, all of these things refer to artwork. None of that stuff they talked about here, about these people, has anything to do with any real people. Like, at all. But some reasons here are just baffling. Like this one, for example. Reason to generally avoid. Publicly stated that he was 16 when he started drawing Not Safe for Work. He claimed that he thought that there wasn't anything wrong with it, but now has learned. So even if the people put on this list say that they want to change their ways, they are still going to be pushed on the list. And racist wackadoodle consistently plays the victim card. Generally avoid. Underage and non-consensual artwork. That's concerning. Commissions incestuous and underage art. Even for commissioning stuff you can get on this list. Not even trying to hide the Jesus Christ command, man. That's the reason that they're put in here. Unimaginable amounts of CP and incest. Like, Jesus Christ, this person should be in flipping prison. Again, what they consider CP here is just artwork of fictional characters. Nothing more than that. Draws dubiously young-looking character. Has all characters are depicted as 280 plus in their bio. Which is pretty telling. Yes, even for that, even if the character looks underage to them, they're gonna get on this list. And the list is longer than that, more than likely. It's just a snippet of it. Let's continue reading more of the document. I've decided to blur off the artist's name so they wouldn't be forcefully connected to this, but this list has indeed been shared to every single artist on the list. If any of the artists want to come out and confirm that this is real and they're on it, they can feel free to step forward. If you read the list, you might have guessed what their canceling targets usually are. They all draw some kind of art of kings they deem as quote-unquote problematic, with descriptions going from has drawn incest and underage characters, merely having followed a small amount of blacklist topics as a reason for ostracization and /or mass reporting. Now, we can all have this giant debate whether or not this understandable dislike or hate problematic fictional content. But it's a whole different thing to publicly compile a giant list of artists who draw fictional porn, and even just artists who are friends with people who draw problematic fictional porn. To then all defame them by calling them all P-words who should all be in jail, and they try to mess with their source of income. Again, you can hate on fictional incest, showdown, lolly porn all you like, but you don't mess with someone's livelihood and their bag just because you have a problem that they're bigger and more successful than you despite drawing things you find icky. That's the absolutely most unprofessional and lowest that you as a fellow artist yourself can think, because mind you, the people that made this list are actually artists themselves, drawing content that's quite similar in a lot of cases. Let's continue, especially since it's clear based on all the public chats on that public server that Max and Karma care more about being perceived as morally superior than actually being morally sound and good people. Remember the giant list above? In it, there's literally one person who reviewed as publicly stated that he was 16 and he started drawing not safe for work. He claimed that he thought that there wasn't anything wrong with it, but now has learned. Even though that line, but now has learned, is in the review, that artist is still under the general avoid category, meaning that they don't even care for people's betterment or believe that people even deserve a second chance. They are literally just mortal grandstanding and use any excuse or reason to permanently place another artist beneath them and under the target of their community/fans. The Discord chats below are between Karma and Max, some of their fans, and were taken from their public Discord. Here with Karma being Karma the Sage and Victor Chevalier Butt being Max Joel's stuff. And here's some of their conversations. This server is way more organized. Organized yet so flooded. At least you'll actively have a stance against P-words. We K-word all P-words for sports, as said before. Lovely. And this one is incredibly telling. One of the artists in my blacklist is in the hospital. Redacted, yeah, from kidney thing. I feel bad laughing, but so not only do they congregate to harass artists and get them deplatformed, get them in trouble with their sources of income, they also glean the fact that they get hurt or are in some kind of trouble. Again, lovely, very nice human beings. And then the Google Doc continues. Max, Karma, and their friends straight up revel in taking down people they deem as beneath them, stalking them just to get a happy laugh when people on their blacklist have hardships in their lives. Because again, these artists are all horrible P-words to them, so it's okay. And speaking about artists, I've talked to for years and had the most fun interacting with artists that have supported and helped me grow when I was a smaller artist. Artists that have actually even surprised to find themselves on this public list, even though they have previously talked and had since had nice conversations with them. Artists that I know for a fact would never hurt a single fly and definitely would never stoop so low as to laugh at someone's hospitalization because they follow a small amount of blacklist topics. Because yes, the person they were laughing at was merely following the wrong circles to make them feel the sick joy at another real person's misfortune. I'm talking about artists who have grown their follower base and their accounts for more than 6 years, just to have it taken away from them because of their pettiness and jealousy. Again, I don't give a single flip if you hate the art and fictional content someone makes, but in this business, this unprofessional behavior to go after someone's livelihood at this goofy ass cosplaying of Light Yagami/Kira is not only unsportsmanlike, but straight up dishonorable, especially since you were bold and stupid enough to do all of this on a public server, which is very much can be categorized as libel. There's probably nothing I can say or do to convince Max or Karma and people like them to change their ways or to stop these obsessive crusades, and definitely will fall into deaf ears when it comes to people who read this and see nothing wrong with what Max and Karma are doing. What I can do is to warn other artists as well as the other people in the gay not safe for work community, which don't want anything to do with a person and community like Karma's, to stay the flip away from them and not support such behavior. Update 1. The cancel channel apparently has been deleted with the statement that Max had no idea or part in the creation of that list or had no idea what Karma was doing. The cancel channel was apparently only meant for politics. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you know if it's meant for politics or not. It's called for cancel channel, and that has specific connotations, you know, that it's meant to harass and deplatform people. Now, well, I kind of smell BS on that, because how the flip do you run a server with a channel named cancel channel and don't know what the hell is going on there, or what one of your moderators is doing? I'll just choose to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll just take his word that it was all karma. And I don't believe that. Either way, the fact that the channel is gone and the Max apparently told people to take their vendetta outside of the server is at least a tiny step in the right direction. Update 2. New screenshots have come out from the now deleted cancel channel, a lot of these going on even back as far as 2021, with evidence that Max was seemingly not as clueless of what was happening as he claimed. He was following screenshots from another person who participated in these hate mobs going by Torbjorn Lindholm on Twitter. Step on me, Gibraltar, here being Torbjorn Lindholm. And here's what they had to say. Yeah, ask her about this. This S should not continue. Also, that redacted dude sent me the chords. Let's dig up some filth and cancel those flippers. Seriously, once that flip is cancelled, I'm wiping the entire flipping drive. I think I just found Redacted's alt account. Send the chords. The flip needs to be deplatformed entirely. Should I code it or nah? Code it. Then linking their Twitter and Pixiv account. On it, King. And here's a screenshots of them compiling evidences. Keyword account, cancel, deplatform, and delete. What the flip, seriously, getting off literal children. Ooh! Mind you, again, literal children, these are just drawings. And by their own definition, they are saving what they consider to be CP on their drive. So, again, very smart. Yes, I have dedicated computer for archiving the artworks. And my info hoarding has come in very useful these days. I'm providing evidences for the abhorrent behavior. If you find any other P-words, please let me know. I'll soldier up and provide archives of their works. And then there's more. Yeah, here's the pics if you don't have it yet. On it, King, badge of honor, being apparently blocked by one of the artists they're harassing. LMAO, God, he even has underage characters in his covered photo. Throwing up emojis. Boy oh boy, who is this? Looks like I found their old username. Going through their Pixiv galleries, looking for any changes to their usernames in order to link things in their documents to harass them more effectively. Checks he's like, it's a big yikes. Redacted, I didn't even touch, but redacted? I also archived the entire account, sadly due to Twitter API limitations. We can only save the images he posted, just in case there's some suspicious stuff in it. And then they're taking the screenshots of their own computer again. In what appears to be MS Paint, I guess, or something. Or the default image viewer on Windows. Disgusting waste of DNA. There's some incest and P-word stuff. Hint, latest God of War game has 2 characters. Oh, you brave hero. You're really giving it to those terrible, abhorrent artists. Someone spared their time to submit 45 entire entries of the B movie. LMAO, for real? Yes, I've already deleted them. Honestly, love the dedication. I respect, not love for me. LMAO, I think your sheet got leaked. Which caused a huge influx of members to join here to troll, I guess. You should have made an invite only. And not available to the public. I know that was gonna happen eventually. I've only posted it here and one other place, the forum at least, and that other place, the sheet is I've never posted. One other server, sheet doesn't link back here. Oh no, they're getting cut because they're stupid and they're linking things in a public fashion. And WTF? They thought I was involved in making the spreadsheet. What spreadsheet? Someone from the outside heard of it and started going after me. Cancel culture gotta be the like the most you need to go outside thing ever. ISTG. I'd rather not talk about it. Fair enough. I have some cookies. My intention for cancel channel was to make a space to discuss politics and not club the general channel. Here, have a cookie. And people can mute it if they don't want to talk about it. Because that keeps happening every time. Oh, you poor flipping baby. The channels need to be in a category, I think. I already did that. Okay, so people are accusing me of starting a hate mob and mass reporting artists from that spreadsheet. When did I do that? And I saw screenshots of messages and they caught me with that embarrassing username. As much as I want to stop talking about this stuff, people are accusing me of dumb stuff, and random people are getting on my DMs asking me about this. But you didn't even make that list. Yeah, I didn't. Brother, the cult of personality is real. Anyway, good morning, gang. It doesn't matter for that fact if you made it or not. You're allowed to be there, and you're circulating it among your quote-unquote friends, or should I rather call them cohorts. So you're equally as guilty as the person that actually did make the list. So congratulations on getting caught red-handed. And then the document continues. Max states that he never created the list in the first place, and that he thought this was not cancel list, but a to be avoided list on a channel called the cancel channel, by the way. Whether or not he's really being honest here or not, he still created this whole channel to cancel people in the first place, and there's evidence that he has encouraged this obsessive hate mob mentality and stalker behavior instead of condemning it. So his ignorance and narrative is questionable at least. Update 3. It's come to the attention of the people on the list that this situation has been used to villainize gay artists in general, and we really want to clarify that this drama started within the gay not safe for work art community. All of the people on that list were prominent gay not safe for work artists that drew problematic art. If you're using this situation to bash gay people and gay artists in general, you're not the people who this call out was made for. The artists I mentioned above, including me, are gay, not safe for work artists drawing problematic art ourselves. Also, please remember that this doc was written to warn other artists as well as show people like these mentions on the doc are not looked upon kindly and should know this is not behavior one should just get away with. This is not a call to dox or harm anyone mentioned in this document. Update 4. To clarify, the narrative that it was targeting mainly Japanese artists isn't true. It mainly targeted popular Western gay artists, though gay Japanese artists who were big enough to be known in the West were also on that list. And you may be wondering what's happening to the people that have been on this server and talking about deplatforming artists in a gleeful way while sharing that list. Well, they've all kind of gone protected. Here's Max Jostav's protected account. The Reveal Your Sins guy, protected account. Now called Victim. I'm a crybaby dumb kid who wants attention. Well, I'm glad you at least are aware of it and admit it yourself. Congratulations. Here's Karma. His posts are protected, of course. And there's that Thorborn Lindholm guy. Well, he went a step further and just deactivated his account. But yeah, this is what happens when you're terminating a line and things, drawings are real people. Or, you know, you're just a piece of work that gets off on trying to sound or look morally superior to your equally terminally online friends while trying to ruin people's livelihoods. You know, people that have trained big chunks of their life in order to make some money from their artistic endeavors. But to you, it doesn't really matter if you're this kind of person, because you only want to get this rush. You want to feel morally superior, and you aren't. And often people like these get caught with the same stuff they're generally against. Lolly showed us stuff. Your likes are public is a meme for a reason, because they usually get caught with that kind of stuff. And the reveal of the server should clue you in that there's more people like that, probably doing similar stuff to a lot of other artists online, especially on Twitter. And I'm quite sure there are other Discord servers that aren't as public as this was that are involved in similar kind of stuff. So if you're part of that and you know what they're doing, it should be at least your duty to tell other people about it, because if this leads to actually people losing work, losing their accounts that they have built up over many months or years in order to earn a living, then you're kind of complicit. So do not stay silent on such a thing, especially if you're part of such a thing. Make sure that not safe for artists are protected, because it doesn't matter what they draw, as long as it's fictional characters, it doesn't harm anybody. And a lot of the people involved in the usual call-out posts would be minors, which shouldn't be even involved in this type of content. But they do, because there's no parental supervision nowadays, and kids just not only get themselves in trouble, but also other people. And do they care about the consequences of their actions? No, they do not, until things start going over not well for them, and they have to protect and deactivate their accounts because the heat got a little bit too high. But for right now, that's everything. I do hope to see you on the next one.